I am Elizabeth Del Tufo, and I am president of the Newark Preservation and Landmarks Committee. And along with Mary Sue Sweeney Price, Mary Sue, please stand up, and Wilma Gray. Wilma, where are you? Wilma Gray, director of the Newark Museum and director of the Newark Library. We welcome you to Philip Roth's hometown, Newark, New Jersey. We hope that you have had time to visit the library, where a really superb exhibit, Philip Roth, A Life in Photos, will be on exhibit through August. And James Lewis, James, are you in the audience? I know James is in the building somewhere. And wherever you are, James, I would like you to take a well-deserved bow for an excellent job. It is a must-see for any Philip Roth fans. I first met Philip in October of 2005 when the Landmarks Committee did a Philip Roth Day in Newark, and it was a joyous day. We inaugurated the bus tours, the Philip Roth bus tour of Newark, and as of today, I would like you to know that over 500 people have enjoyed that tour. Mm-hmm. And Rosemary Steinbaum. Rosemary, are you here? Rosemary, you've got to take a bow because Rosemary is the one that did the research into Philip's writings that made this tour a reality. Philip met us at his childhood home that afternoon, where he unveiled a plaque which the Landmark Committee had put on the home the day before, and that plaque designated Philip Roth's childhood home as an historic site. We also renamed the corner of Keir and Summit Philip Roth Plaza. And certainly today, the 3 buses that went on the Philip Roth bus tour today, many, many photographs were. It was the most photographed house that there's been in Newark in a long time, Philip. When the hard work of the committee in putting together that day was paid back in full by Philip's obvious enjoyment of the day. I think he enjoyed every single moment of the day, and Philip has maintained an interest in the Landmarks Committee since then. And I would like you to know that he wants any proceeds from these events to be donated to the Newark Preservation and Landmarks Committee. So we thank you and we thank Philip. When Amy Prozorski of the Philip Roth Society came to me about 1.5 years ago and said that they were going to celebrate this very special day and that Philip had suggested she call me in order to get the Landmarks Committee involved, I was delighted. And I was further delighted when all powers to be agreed that it should be held in Newark. Because what could be more appropriate than the 2 cultural treasures of Newark, the museum and the library, join to celebrate a Newark-born American cultural treasure. So, before Amy starts the program, I would like to read a sentence from Goodbye Columbus. Now, that sentence has been read and written about many times during this week, but it must be observed tonight in this auditorium. And 50 years ago, Philip wrote, "Sitting there in the park, I felt a deep knowledge of Newark, an attachment so rooted that it could not help but branch out into affection." Ladies and gentlemen, we have come full circle. For tonight, Newark welcomes Philip Roth with affection.
Dear all, I wrote this as a letter. It's the only way I know how to write. Dear all, I would like to begin by thanking you sincerely for being here with us during this momentous occasion. When, as president of the Philip Roth Society, I asked Mr. Roth if we could throw him an 80th birthday party, conference, and reception, I believed myself to be simply asking that he did not take offense at our presumptuous nor mock us in any forthcoming novel about the ridiculousness of academics and their societies. After all, we take ourselves as seriously as Adam Gopnik has in his latest New Yorker essay, written on the occasion of Philip Roth's 80th for the Talk of the Town, in the sense that we are here to acknowledge, in no small part, the great writing of a great man. Founded in 2002 by Derek Parker Royal, the Roth Society sees as its primary function to facilitate and support the scholarship of Mr. Roth's works. That we are seated here today with Mr. Roth and his esteemed friends and colleagues is nothing short of a dream come true. When I discovered that Mr. Roth had not only agreed on that day in August 2011 to us throwing his party, but that he would indeed attend and even put his energy and talents to work on the event, I was at first speechless, and then terrified, and then, of course, reassured. No one I know can create this kind of energy and excitement over an event, in a room, through the appearance of a new book than can Mr. Roth. I'm immensely grateful to you, Mr. Roth, for all that you have done for me and for us. I wish you the happiest of birthdays on this night. We have planned for you a tremendous evening of tributes to Mr. Roth, remarks given by Jonathan Lethem, the novelist, Hermione Lee, the biographer, Claudia Roth-Pierpont, the literary and social critic, Elaine Finkielkraut, the French philosopher, Edna O'Brien, the novelist and biographer, Louise Erdrich, the novelist, and Mr. Roth, whom many believe to be our greatest living American author. Thank you all for being a part of this special evening. Thank you to Liz Del Tufo. Thank you to David Gublar, who has guaranteed this evening's success with the dual gifts of time and his attention to detail. Where are you, David? Please stand. Where are you? Thank you, David. Thank you to our invited speakers. Thank you to our guest of honor. Early in the novel, I Married a Communist, Mr. Roth makes reference to a memory of young Nathan Zuckerman by writing, quote, "You flood into history, and history floods into you. You flood into America, and America floods into you." I have the sense that that is true tonight. The word flood portrays history as overwhelming, all-encompassing, and that is the kind of history being made. In the presence of the finest talents in American literature, fiction, and criticism in this one room, on this single moment in time, America indeed floods into us. And it is my hope, in some small part, we are flooding into America as well. I hope you enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Lethem, and happy birthday, Philip. Very happy to be here. I'm too nervous to extemporize, so I've written a little tribute, and the tribute has a title. It's called The Counter Roth. I'd taken the train out to East Hampton, bringing with me to read only the first volume of John Cowper Powey's Wolf Solent. This was an ambiguous mission I was on. I'd been invited to a very nice rich girl's family's summer house. And I'm justified calling her a girl because this was the summer after my first year of college, and I was 19, a boy of 19. We'd been only friends at college, but might be more away from college. That was the ambiguous mission. I didn't know what I wanted. On the train, I stared out the window, not making it past more than a chapter of the Poweys. The girl and her mother picked me up at the station. a 5-minute drive there and back, just long enough that by the time we entered the house,